Welcome to Spirits on Spirits, the podcast where we mix ghost stories with a little liquid courage. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Nate.
And together we'll dive into the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright terrifying, all while enjoying a drink or two. Each episode will explore haunted places, ghostly encounters, and paranormal mysteries, pairing them with the perfect cocktail to keep our nerves steady. So grab a glass, turn down the lights, and join us as we sip, shiver, and swap some spine-chilling stories. Because here at Spirits on Spirits, the only thing stronger than the ghosts are our drinks.
I am so excited to be back, dude. And I am so excited to welcome our Mystic Mob. What's up?
Welcome back.
Mystic Mob. Sir Aiden.
Welcome. Sir Nathaniel.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I love how I said, just the way that I said welcome back as if we weren't in your apartment. Like I was like, True. Welcome, sir. This is your space of dwelling. This is your, what do you call it? A dwelling would be like a place that people live in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your dwelling.
You dwell there.
You're a dweller in the dwelling.
Yeah.
Cool.
I dwell as a dweller in the dwelling.
Yep. Oh, how you doing?
Straight chilling.
Straight chilling. I'm excited to record. I do love me a Friday record.
Yeah, we're doing, it's actually kind of a late night Friday night.
Ooh, a little spooky.
Getting into the spooky hours.
Yeah. As in, I am tired and want to go to bed hours. No, I'm kidding. But I'm very excited. I do feel like at least for me, I'm a little looser on the Friday episodes just because you're
Same.
Like, no work. You got 2 days off. And I'm going to just be all litty AF.
I can get absolutely slobbered.
Slobbered and clobbered, dude. Well, speaking of slobbered and clobbered, what are we drinking? And where are we going? Oh, that's me. I tell the people where we're going. Oh, this time we're not taking a plane. We're not taking a train. We're taking the Greyhound bus because I feel like Jersey City and Greyhound buses go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like banana splits. Like, do we vibe with Jersey City? I actually think Jersey City. You know what? Hold on. Let me just get out in front of this, okay? I know nothing about Jersey City.
I also know nothing about Jersey
whatsoever, okay? I think maybe I have some friends that like might like I know people in Hoboken, which is like close there, right? Hoboken.
I have no idea. I know virtually nothing about New Jersey except for Snooki.
Best export of that entire state.
Yeah.
Oh,
like not even. There's no close second.
No, well, the close second is the Jersey Turnpike, which was the dance that Snooki did, where she just get on all fours and aggressively shake her ass in the air.
Oh man. What was that, like 2013?
I mean, those were
crazy time to be alive.
Those years aren't calculated in numbers. Those are like
BS and AS before Snooki and after Snooki.
I was gonna say like BEH and then AEH before Ed Hardy and after Ed Hardy. Because that's just all you saw was like just some Ed Hardy logo on Snooki's jean shorts just flying in the breeze. And by the breeze, her ass cheeks going up and down, up and down.
Oh my god.
Wasn't she also like 3 feet tall too?
Yeah, she's wicked short.
Yeah, like I feel like I've seen an episode of that show somewhat recently, and you're just like, wow, like I looked up to these people. When I was like 13, I was like, this is the life I want.
You said that?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yes. You didn't want that?
No.
When I was 13, bro? Dude, I wanted Ronnie's like upper ear piercing so badly at that. When I was like 13, I was like, that is fucking sick.
Dude, even at 13, I was like, oh my god.
No,
why are these people doing this to themselves?
Dude, when the situation like jumped into when he knocked himself out going into the wall, I was like, that's how normal people act.
The only parts about that I remember, there's two parts that I remember of Jersey Shore. One is the letter.
Oh, Oh, yeah, the letter, dude.
That was like
that was awesome.
Way too intense moment for no reason.
No, he was making out with a cocktail waitress and sticking his head between her breasts, dude. Come on, you don't remember the letter? Everyone else in the house knows. We think you should too, Sam.
Bro, you know, you memorized that a little too well.
No, well, yeah, because the blanket that I go to sleep every night has the letter written on it.
I actually
No,
believe
kidding.
that.
I'm kidding, dude.
But the other part was the one, I think there's an episode where they, like, go get jobs.
Oh, no, they had to have a job every season.
Well, but there's one where they're, like, working in, like, a retail store or something.
Yes, yeah, that was
Oh my
every
God.
season. And they were just some of the worst employees.
Yeah, why would you
ever
hire
known
these
to
people?
man. Like, they would come in either A, still drunk, or B, so hungover that they wouldn't do, like, anything.
Yeah, like, imagine being their employer and watching back the show and being like, Jesus fucking Christ,
Dude,
like, why did I hire
okay.
these people?
I guess maybe I do know a little bit more about the show than you do.
I'm sure you do.
He was the guy that owned the house, too. He owned both locations. So my guess is the amount of money he's made, first off, just for renting that house to MTV, and, like, probably got paid for having them in the store. Like, I think he's probably made so much money from that endeavor. So I don't think he cares that Snooki was doing, like, Smirnoff shots in the back of the store.
No, that's fair.
And then the guys were never there just because they were too busy fucking GTLing, bro. GTL. Gym Tan Laundry. Gym Tan Grenades.
Was that a thing? Gym Tan Laundry?
Yeah, that was their saying. It was like, we got a GTL, bro.
Dude, you're a little too involved in this.
Dude, I told you I looked up to these people at that age.
Wow. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might have just lost some respect for you.
Yeah. Well, sorry, man. I mean, my favorite was Vinny. And he was like the nice, shy, cute one.
I feel like something came out about him recently.
No, for real?
I can't remember.
I mean,
I feel like he had a scandal.
They were all kind of shitty.
They were all super shitty. That was the whole point.
You know what's funny is because, like, JWoww was the only one on the show that was like, she's trashy. Like, everyone else, I was like, nope, normal. She was on there. I was like, yikes.
In hindsight, can you acknowledge that they were all equally trashy?
You know what the other thing that I didn't realize that I think is hilarious is that they were all smoking. Hold on. I'm yawning. Yawn button. Oh. I don't know what that was. Usually the yawn button, like, kills the mic so people don't hear you yawn.
Dude, we should get a yawn button that every time that there's a yawn on the pod, we click it and it goes, yawn.
Yeah, there you go. That would actually be awesome.
Like, you know those, that was easy. Like, those buttons, we should get one that's a yawn.
Bro, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Those were fucking awesome. Like, every class had at least one kid that, like, whenever they went school shopping, their parents let them buy the easy button.
Yeah, because you're going to Staples, and Staples was the people that sold it.
Exactly. So, like, there was always one class. Every class had one kid who, like, he's got his highlighters, he's got his markers, then he's got, like, the $25.99 easy button that his parents were like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, dude. And then he would just hit, that was easy. That was easy. That was easy. Then the teacher would strangle him, and then you'd all have to go to counseling for, like, a month after and all that stuff.
And then
was that only my school?
And then you would yell into the weird traffic light thing.
Dude, okay, I don't even want to go there. That was a real. No one actually got strangled, so we're crossing reality with fiction. But one of our teachers, when we were in middle school, had this traffic cone light thing at the front that told the class if they were getting too loud. Like, if it went yellow, it meant, oh, you got to get quieter. If it was green, the volume in the class was good. And then if it was red, that meant way too loud. And the teacher was like, okay, you'd have to be silent. Our class apparently was really good because it never went red before. And I was curious, and I walked over to it, and I yelled into it. And it started screaming so loudly. Like, it was like, too loud, too loud. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then she was quite upset at me.
And you had to write a letter.
I did, because we had a soccer game that day, and our coach would have murdered me if I got a detention and wasn't able. I don't know if That was a rule where you weren't allowed to play. Was it a rule? I feel like that was a rule. Like we weren't allowed to play in the games if we got a detention that
Yeah,
day.
I think it was.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, fuck. So, yes, I did write her a letter, and she was like, all right, I won't put it in. So,
yeah,
we're in Jersey City, baby.
The Jersey Shore.
Hey, dude, so Jersey City, what are we sipping on down here in Jersey, buddy?
Oh,
What?
I didn't like that.
I might just do the whole podcast in the accent, brother.
We should have a soundboard with like their like vocal stems of like. I feel like the situation had some good ones.
Oh man, fuck you mean gabagoo?
Yeah. Okay. Back to the pod. We are in Jersey City. We are sipping on the Jack Rose.
Ooh.
So the Jack Rose it's going to be an ounce and a half of Applejack, a half an ounce of grenadine, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice.
Dude, that actually sounds really fucking good.
It looks really fucking
No wonder they got fucking hammered every single night at the Jersey Shore because they were just pounding fucking these
Jack
things.
Roses, yeah.
Well, hey, cheers to another episode.
Cheers to Jersey.
The alternative one's good.
Ooh. Kind of tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, what is it? Like Applejack's just apple whiskey, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I got Jack Daniel's brand,
Nice.
so
Do you remember Applejack cereal?
I do.
The commercials they had where it would be like the cinnamon stick?
Yeah, and
The
he was
Rastafarian cinnamon stick?
like, didn't he skateboard?
Yeah, he did skateboard. Sick, bro. Cool. Well, hey, you want to get into your first Jersey story, buddy?
My fast jazzy,
Yeah.
jazzy city.
Tell your mother I said what's up.
Yeah. Okay. I am heading to the Beacon, which is currently
Is that a club down on the Jersey Shore?
We're gonna have to just periodically break into disco.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's not disco. That's
Rave?
like dubstep, like house music.
House music. Yeah, that's what it is.
Disco.
Going back to the 70s.
Stay alive, stay alive. Hanging out on the American. Hanging out. My name is Barry Hammond. I will take it from anyone. Oh my God! So should we give a little bit of the background on that? That's the massive tangent.
You go for it, man.
So Aiden and I are massive SNL fans. There was a skit called the Barry Gibb Talk Show, and it was Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake, and it was my phone. And we did an impression of the skit that was pretty damn good, and we used to do it in our class all the time. And like it was an old skit too, like no one knew what it was and stuff like that, but we always killed ourselves laughing with it.
That's all that mattered.
Oh, man, that's all that mattered. But yeah, it was Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon. So you should definitely go on YouTube and look at it. But that's still to this day the old, like if someone's like gun to your head, like give me one good impression. I don't have any good ones other than the Barry Gibb from the Barry Gibb Talk Show. That's my only good impression. So it's usually when you say words, Aiden, we are on a podcast.
I know. I'm like, I've had like half this drink already.
Oh, jeez. You might have to make another before you start. Do you want to make another before you start your episode? How many nips did you get?
I only got 2.
Oh, gotcha.
So I got to save the other one for
the second
half.
Yeah. I mean, you could dilute it. Do you have actual whiskey?
I do, but I'll chill for now.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Maybe I'll make a double later or something.
Ooh. That'd be cool.
So, the Beacon was once the Jersey City Medical Center. It was transformed into the current day Beacon, which is luxury condos. They may have been able to cover up the old bones of the hospital, though, but they were apparently not able to cover up the spooky ghosts.
Dude, if I was ever a developer, I'm never building where a hospital was. Like,
Why?
ever. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you? There's always ghosts.
It's good land, though.
Yeah, but always ghosts.
Well,
Like, you would have to live there. Like, you develop it, but then you have to live in it.
yeah, I would do it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the ghosts are real.
But hospital ghosts are, like, extra sad, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a ghost. It's a hospital ghost.
I mean, people live at the old Salem jail.
Yeah, I would never, dude. I actually
I would 100%
I was
do
looking at, first off, those apartments are so nice. And I was looking at them, and I was like, oh, these are really cool. And I was like, wait, no, I'm not living in some fucking haunted shit.
I don't remember if it was you who told me about this, or showed me it, actually. But there was a listing for an apartment in the old Salem jail, and there was a trap door in the floor.
No, so it was the kitchen at A&B Burger. Our really good family friend so the old Salem jail was a jail in Salem, Mass, where we live. We should have done that in our Salem episode. We might have to do another Salem episode at some point.
We probably should revisit.
At some point.
Yep.
But there was a jail in Salem that was in use for a long time. It housed like Lizzie Borden when she was waiting trial, the Boston Strangler, some other very famous people. But like when we were kids, it was not in operation, but it was still a jail. That like I remember driving through that intersection, and there was just a jail there.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But now it's all very nice luxury apartments. But before it was very nice luxury apartments, there was a restaurant in there called A&B Burger. And there was actually another restaurant in there beforehand called The Great Escape. And when The Great Escape closed down, the people that were turning it into this burger place hired one of my family friends to be the contractor. Oh. So we went in when it was completely shut down to take some of... Do you ever remember going to my parents' house when it was like they had like the booth seating like at the kitchen table and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Those booths came from the old Salem jail.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. And the restaurant that was there. And yeah, we had gone in to get the booths and do a couple other things, and we went into the kitchen, and there was like a massive trapdoor, and that was the gallows. That was where the door would drop down, and that's where they would hang people.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Cool. I feel like we just had a mini Salem episode inside of the Jersey episode.
We did. I'm here for it, though. So it was established in 1882 as Charity Hospital, and then it was rebranded as Jersey City Hospital by 1885. So within 3 years of being developed.
Anytime you change the name quickly, you're like,
I feel like there's something going on there. Under the leadership of the mayor, the facility underwent significant expansion during the Great Depression, evolving into the Jersey City Medical Center in 1936. This transformation, which was funded by the Works Progress Administration, introduced opulent features like marble walls, terrazzo floors, etched glass, and decorative moldings.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Great Depression, everyone's struggling, can't eat.
Creating jobs,
yeah, but like, what job? Like, let's get marble in the hospital.
Well, marble quarries have to be operated now.
Yeah, aren't they all operated in like Italy or something?
No, there's marble. I think there's marble quarries in the United States.
I also might have just made that up.
Yeah, I feel like you might have.
but all the Romans.
I mean, there's
Greek
marble
stuff.
quarries everywhere.
Is there?
Yeah.
All right, I believe you. Dude, I hope we get big enough someday where we're gonna have like someone who has like a fact checking us like Instagram or Twitter. That
I would be interested in looking at it.
Every single line, they're like bullshit, really big bullshit. Like we're like marble quarries everywhere. Marble quarries everywhere. That's not true. Marble quarries only in Italy. Also not true. Like.
That would be helpful for us, to be honest.
Yeah, it definitely would. Like, I know I'm a massive idiot.
We know
just like
virtually nothing.
Nothing.
So.
We know nothing at all.
It housed the renowned Margaret Haig Maternity Hospital, which...
Sorry, could you say that the Margaret Haig.
Margaret Hugway.
Oh, wait, did you just change her name?
Yeah, it's I think it's Hog or Hag. Hague. How would you pronounce
hog, bro?
For sure, dude.
Oh man.
How would you pronounce that? Hog?
What say the letters again?
Hague.
Wait, Jew. What's that again? Hagu?
GUE.
Oh, that's Hagui. Yeah, what?
Yep, that's it. Hagui.
The Margaret.
I'm gonna change it now.
All right.
So we'll restart here. The complex also housed the renowned Margaret Hugui
There you go.
Maternity Hospital.
Yep.
Which between 1931 and 1979. Okay, this is a wild number. How many newborns were born in this hospital from 1931 to 1979?
I mean, it's fucking Jersey, dude. They're bringing home all of them girls, grenades and all, dude. I mean, Mike the Situation probably had like 50 alone. So
yeah, it's true.
Ronnie and the cocktail waitress probably had a couple of that. I'm thinking, let's give a crazy number, 100,000.
350,000.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of babies. That's a lot of Jersey babies. That's a lot of thick, heavy accents and hand movements. Just
a lot of spray tans, bro.
Which one's yours? The one with the spray tan
and the frosted tips.
Yeah. Oh man.
Which one's yours? Oh, it's the one dancing to house music. Yeah. Unce, 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 unce. One of the babies' like incubations are just like the lights are flickering.
Bro, that we should have AI do like give us a Jersey hospital maternity wing. It's like one dude looks like the guy from Sopranos just eating a meatball sub with like a gold chain on. The other one's like Mike the Situation with like pit vipers and like the faux hawk. And then what would another Jersey thing be? Like, give me 3.
Is Foxwoods in Jersey?
Atlantic City.
City, that's right.
Yep. Atlantic, like someone who is Atlantic City. Yeah. Like, yep, that would be really funny.
At its zenith, the medical center was among the largest in the nation, serving as a beacon of hope and healing for countless patients. But as medical practices evolved and newer facilities emerged, the center's prominence waned, which would lead to its eventual closure and a period of dormancy.
Oh no.
In the early 2000s, the complex caught the eye of developers. Metrovest Equities acquired the property in 2002 for $6.5 million, and then they embarked on a $350 million project.
My gosh.
To bring it like up to code.
They could have given each one of those babies that was born there $1 million. No,
that's definitely not at all true.
They could have given
like
them
$10.
I mean, that's enough for a spray tan and
No, wait, $1,000. $1,000.
Yeah, that's a couple of spray tans and a couple of Affliction T-shirts.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the like rhinestone Ed Hardy hat
and a nice like frosted tip.
Yep.
going on. Yeah. Bro, $1,000 goes a long way in Jersey.
It does. But also, 300 million goes a long way too. Holy shit, dude.
Well, maybe not. All they're doing is developing one hospital.
Yeah, that's fair, but it must have been mad. Like, I'm curious to see what the pictures look for the Instagram and stuff like that, because I'm sure it's fucking nice.
Yeah, for sure. It aimed to preserve the site's historic essence, but also introduce modern amenities. By 2016, it was complete, which is crazy. 14 years.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
And it gave rise to the Beacon, a residential facility boasting over 1,200 luxury units, which spread across 10 buildings.
Wow.
Yeah. The restoration honored the site's architectural heritage, retaining elements like the grand entrances, 25-foot ceilings, and the detailing. Amenities like Club Aqua, a 25,000 square foot lifestyle center, and Overlook Park, a 45,000 square foot landscaped oasis, further elevate the living experience for the residents.
So, you've made money from the brewery that you did,
Yep.
but now we're adding on real estate agent to that.
Dude, I am a man. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm dipping my toes into every industry.
You're like, and the south-facing apartments get beautiful sunlight in the morning.
I'm testing my chops as a real estate agent. What can I say?
So, all right, you've sold me on the place. I'll buy a place, but I want to know what ghosts live there when I buy it.
Yeah. So, it is enveloped in tales of the paranormal. Residents and visitors have recounted a lot of unexplained phenomena. This was kind of a unique place to research in that there wasn't a lot of like well-documented experiences. Like ghost hunters haven't really gone in there much. Like there's not a lot of videos on it. It's really just a lot of like blog posts.
Oh, wow.
A lot of like Reddit posts.
So it's like an indie.
Yeah, it's kind of like an indie location.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's where I had to source a lot of this
it's like
info.
name your top 10 haunted locations, and then everyone goes like, ooh, I'm indie, I'm different. The Beacon. And everyone goes, the fuck is the Beacon?
Oh, dream podcast guest?
Yeah, the Beacon.
Let's go a little crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe the Beacon?
Yeah. Oh, man. Bro, we're goofy. There's two goofy goobers with a pod, bro.
I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the haunts. So, reports have surfaced of elevators ascending to the 15th floor.
Whoa.
Without being called there.
Oh.
And so I should preface this. So the first two like experiences I got from a blog post by like just some random person on the internet.
Whoa.
So they went in there. One of their friends has a place in there and they are into the paranormal. So they went in there like with the goal of like interviewing people who live there.
Cool.
And also trying to have their own experiences.
Nice.
And so this is what they gathered from residents who live there.
Word up, dude.
So, yeah. Elevators go to the 15th floor without actually being called there.
I wonder why they go to the 15th floor. That's crazy.
Dude.
I wonder if they're playing the Elevator Gang with Elisa Lang. Or, no.
Elisa Lam.
Elisa Lam.
That's the 5th floor.
Gotcha.
5th and 10th.
15th is the Elevator Game with Snooki. You open it up and you're just out. What was the name of the club that they went to all the time?
You think I would know that?
I don't know, man.
You're the one who knows this show inside and out.
There was like one place that they used to go.
You're the one who definitely has a Jersey Shore fan club Instagram account.
No, definitely not.
You definitely do.
I don't.
Vinny, please notice me.
Oh, man.
So doors opening to empty corridors and lights flickering without cause are also common. And then the second piece of the, like, this person's experience was pets. So specifically dogs exhibit unusual behavior like barking at empty places, refusing to enter certain rooms, and displaying signs of distress without apparent like cause.
Oh, damn.
That's a little freaky.
Dogs can see ghosts, right? Like, we've kind of established
Allegedly.
that, like, allegedly. Why? What's the, like, rationale behind that?
I don't know. I mean, they do have like a better. I feel like their senses are better than ours.
Are
But
they
like,
actually?
there is a little bit of like I'll give the dog thing a little bit of credit because my dog does not bark at anything like ever unless there's like a person there.
Yeah.
So when he does bark or
You're
like
like,
when he
oh,
like
shit.
is like staring at something,
Yeah, you're like, no.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There's actually something there.
Sure. That makes
So
sense.
I'll give that one a little bit of credit depending on the dog.
I can somewhat buy that. I think, especially too, where it's like, it's such a well documented thing. Like, I think that adds some credibility to it in my mind.
Yeah.
Where it's like, not just one person saying, oh, yeah, dogs can see. It's like, no, like a lot of people, a lot of the stories we've interacted with and stuff like that. Like, people say, yeah, the dog was acting weird and all that kind of shit. So,
Yeah.
wild. So far, 15th floor, elevators go straight to the 15th floor for no reason.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I wonder, that would be cool to, like, see if we could do some more research and, like, figure out, like, what was on the 15th floor.
Yeah.
What used to be there?
I did not do that this time. But
Maybe that was where the babies were. Them shooting out Jersey babes.
just shooting out the situation.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't come out gracefully, that's for sure.
They just pop out with spiky
Bro.
hair.
Never mind.
Nope. I've learned this the hard way. Anytime that you stop yourself,
No,
I need to respect that.
So, Daniel, cut this if you
Oh,
think this
boy.
is bad, okay? But, I mean, basic anatomy, we all know that,
Oh,
like, if babies pop out,
Yeah. Yep, they do.
and the situation, I imagine, and I have it on good accord. I don't 100% know
I
if this
highly
is true,
doubt that you have whatever this is on good accord.
but the first part of the situation that popped out was not a head, it was not a leg or anything like that. It was just a fist, and then he just started fist pumping, just like like Mama Sitch is like, oh, like come on, and then all you hear is like, wait, what the fuck? And then it's just like a little arm just going do do do. And you remember how they used to start at the floor and then they would like work their way up and stuff like that. And
my
like
God.
started low, like do do do, and then like worked its way up. And then like Papa Sitch is like, yo, we got a fucking dog, babe. And she's like, yeah.
So these next two pieces of or these two like next two experiences were not from that same person. So the first one is like visible apparitions and shadows.
Whoa.
So some people have claimed to see figures that like remind them of nurses, specifically nurses in vintage uniforms,
Oh, that's cool.
wandering the halls, who vanish upon approach.
Whoa.
And then others have described shadowy forms lurking in their peripheral vision, but evading direct sight. Like as soon as you like look over, they are not there.
Huh. These ghosts seem to have like a different vibe.
Yeah, they're
Very like
sneaky.
don't want to be seen.
Yeah,
Don't really want to be interacted with.
yeah,
Like the ghost going to the 15th floor is probably just some like nurse from the 1800s going, yo, I do not feel like walking down 15 flights of fucking stairs right now. I'm just gonna take the elevator.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, no one's really doing much to, like, the dogs are seeing it, but that's it. Like, they're not going out of their way to interact with people.
No, definitely not. The last piece of evidence that people will experience is like noises, so unexplained footsteps, distant whispers, sudden door slams, specifically during quiet hours of the night.
Huh.
That would be so frustrating.
Yeah.
Just trying to sleep,
Uh-huh.
and I hear like a door slam.
Yeah.
One resident even recounted hearing children's laughter emanating from an unoccupied floor above. That would be creepy as shit.
That'd be creepy as shit, bro.
Unoccupied floor.
Nope. Kids laughing.
Because
Alright, actually, hear me out. You
Okay.
go first.
I was going to say, because again, as like the skeptic, I think it's a human being up there on the unoccupied floor, like just doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
No, so actually, like, it's funny because I went a very similar way of, like, my guess is probably, like, skeptic-wise, like, you just go, like, it's, like, some kids that just got up on the unoccupied floor and were just, like, running around and playing and stuff like that, which, like, that's not that creepy.
No. But also, like,
As a
fuck
kid,
off.
yeah, as a kid who lived in an apartment building for a bit, especially it was, like, a newer apartment building, so some of the other apartments, like, weren't, like, it was just built, so some of the apartments were, like, vacant.
Yeah.
And, like, hadn't been touched. So, and they left all the doors unlocked.
Oh, well, that's a fucking mistake.
So we would just, like, run in and, like, play in the unlocked apartments and stuff like that.
That's pretty sick.
It was actually sick. I remember, like, running around just, like, playing and stuff like that.
Who was the genius? Who?
I mean, it was, like, a building that, like, had, like, a door, like, a locked door and stuff like
Right.
that. So, like, you couldn't get into the building, theoretically, unless you lived there.
But you could.
Yeah.
But also,
Potentially.
even so, like, I live in an apartment now. If you went around my building, even the vacant apartments are locked as they should be.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It wasn't very new, but, like, we were, like, one of the, like, first, like, 10 people to move into, like, a 300
Yeah.
apartment building.
Yeah, Manhunt must have been electric.
It was pretty fun.
But, so that is the Beacon in Jersey City.
Cool. What do you think, haunted or not?
I think I lean skeptic because it's
Ooh.
not super.
Ooh.
I know. The masses are booing me, but
Yep.
yeah, it's not super well documented. Like, there's not been a ton of, like, activity there, and there's not been a ton of, like, buzz around it. So, I think it has the opportunity to be, especially with its hospital history, but I would lean towards the no.
So, I hear what you're saying. I think it's interesting because I was booing you. I know you thought it was the masses, but it was actually just me sitting on this couch.
No way.
That was booing you. But when you give it that logic of, like, if it was more haunted, more people would be talking about it. I definitely agree with that. I think that's actually not a bad take. And I agree with the logic behind it. But what I will say is I'm going y'all for the house being, or the beacon being haunted, because I have a couple of types of locations that if I know what it, like, it's one of those, it just automatic, like, it's an override.
It's an
Like,
auto, y'all?
it's an auto y'all. Like, prisons, hospitals. That's pretty much it. Those are the,
Cemeteries?
honestly,
Morgues?
yeah, maybe, but prisons and hospitals.
Although morgues, not a lot of people die in morgues.
No, they go to them.
They
Dan.
go to them after death.
But no, I think hospitals and prisons are automatic yaws for me anytime. Just because so much shit went down there, so many people died, just like bad vibes and stuff like that.
No, that's fair. I mean, like, if ghosts are real, those are the top two places
Yes.
for them because just
100%.
like statistically, if ghosts are real, then statistically, hospitals and prisons like pretty much have to be haunted.
Yes.
Every single one,
Like,
pretty much.
have to be haunted and stuff like that. So, yeah, I agree. So, cool. All right. Well, you want to kill your drink, then we can start.
Dude, I already
round
did.
2. Oh shit!
I'm one step ahead.
Nice. Well, go make a second one, and then we'll start round dose.
We will BRB.
Burbs. Peace. We're back. Back in Jersey, dude. Or Jersey Boys. I just thought of that. You ever seen Jersey Boys?
I've seen clips of Jersey Boys. I've never seen the
How do
full
you
thing.
see clips of a musical?
It was a movie too.
Oh, they made it into a movie?
Pretty sure.
Good for them. I thought it was a musical on Broadway. It's like Jersey Boys. I know it's like
it is a musical.
It's like
Broadway.
boy band, right? Like they're like a doo-wop boy band, right?
That sounds right.
Like wearing the leather jackets and the slick back
Yeah.
hair. Ooh, woo.
Dude, why would I even go all the way to New York
No.
to see Jersey Boys when I have
My
the Jersey Boy right here?
my copyright-free music. Oh man. So, all right. We're staying in Jersey City, of course. We are hitting the CRRNJ. What do you think that stands for? The CRRNJ. The Surge.
The CRRNJ. Cry Rivers, Real, New Jersey.
So, that's great. You must be telepathic or something, man.
Dude, no way.
You were so close. Like, so close. It's the Central Railroad of New Jersey Terminal.
Damn, dude, I almost got there.
Oh, man. You were like
That was my second choice.
Oh, man. It is, as you could guess, railroad terminal located in Liberty State Park in Jersey City. Now, you want to know what's really famous about this park?
The ghosts.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck the ghost.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Nope. I feel like that sounds bad. Juju my way with ghosts and all that stuff.
No, he meant it.
I take that back. Nope.
Nate
No.
meant it.
I take it back. I'm sorry. It's where they shoot the Liberty Mutual commercials.
Oh,
I'm joking. I made that up.
damn, you got me excited for a minute.
Where the guy sits on the bench and goes, Bibberty Mutual.
It's actually Bibberty.
Bibberty.
Lee-moo, moo.
I saw one recently where it's the emu destroying a golf course.
I saw that one.
And he goes, can you tell your emu to stop destroying the golf course? He goes, I can, but he won't. And as a golfer, I'd be so pissed that someone... Dude, did I tell you that... Actually, I would have never told you this story. But you know how my family and I, ever since I was kids, we would drive down south every summer.
Yeah.
There was one time we were in like a small town down south, like middle of nowhere kind of town. I don't even know what state we were in. It was like either Virginia. It was definitely like Virginia down. Like, so it wasn't a northern state, but it was
south
like
of the Mason-Dixon.
south of the Mason-Dixon. It was either Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, one of those. And on the side of the shell window, like glass, like the door, it goes, have you seen this animal? And it was a picture of an emu. And it was, this is an emu. And in the parentheses it did, big bird. And it goes, it's lost. So there was an
How
emu.
do you lose an emu?
I don't know. Well, I mean, isn't that the other commercial where the emu like walks, like goes away?
Dude, that's my favorite one. You'll never be able to sell people car insurance. You're just a bird. No, Fred, he's a dreamer.
So yeah, Liberty State Park in Jersey City, where they film the Baby commercials, but also where there's ghosts. Now, the really cool part, or the reason I picked this, is it's actually not a very long story. There's only two ghosts, or like two ghost encounters. One that is seen often, and one that's seen somewhat more infrequently and rare.
Mm-hmm.
But the really cool historical thing about the CRNNJ, or sorry,
No, CRRNJ, actually.
no, yeah, sorry,
Get it right.
CR squared NJ.
Yes.
Is that it was built in 1889, and it was, excuse me, it was a massive hub for transportation, obviously, being a railroad terminal. But there was trying to think of the right words, and my brain is shot. But it was where a lot, if not all, but like most of the immigrants that got processed at Ellis Island would get then sent to the railroad terminal, and then they'd kind of just pick where they were going to go, where they were going to start their new life in the United States. So like tens of thousands, if not millions, of people came through this terminal and were literally faced with the decision of where are you going to set up your family for generations to come.
That's really cool.
Yeah, right? Like really, really cool. And, with that, you have probably a lot of happiness, a lot of like anxiety, a lot of just like, large emotions that come with that. So I really like to, anytime we pick places or do research and stuff like that, I find it really cool to kind of like have that, like, what did this place feel like for the people that interacted with it? Because ultimately that affects the spirits that came there. And, for, the majority of immigrants that were coming to the United States during that time period, it was with this hope of a better life, this ability to chase the American dream that they've only heard of in their, home country as being this like mythological almost thing, like the American dream and Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty and all this stuff. And they got through it. They got through. They are now in the United States. They're free to live here. And they get sent to this railroad terminal and they go, all right, where do you want to go? And I think a lot of the people that came through that place were probably pretty happy. They were excited. So I don't think that there's like a ton of maybe spirits that, still have unresolved feelings there. But the ghost that is seen very often is the woman in white. It's a woman apparition that's wearing like a long white dress with like long flowing hair, and she's seen just kind of walking back and forth in the terminal or the area where the terminal was, and she vanishes when you get close, but you can see her from somewhat farther away, and she's walking with this like almost angstful pace. And in 2010, Jersey City reporter did an interview and kind of looked into it, and they were like, wow, like this woman's seen by a lot of people. And there was some research that was done into it, and there wasn't a ton that came up, but there was one story that I found somewhere that was, it's like almost like folklore, but, for a lot of the people that get through, like we said, this is a very happy experience that you get to come to America and stuff like that, but there was a lot of people that got turned away at Ellis Island due to various reasons, but one of the biggest ones was medical conditions. They didn't want sick people coming into the United States and bringing with them a pandemic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hypothesized that she was waiting for her lover, who she got through first, because people came obviously over on different boats because it was expensive to come over. So you only had the money at certain periods of time. So she came over first. and she got told by her lover to like, oh, let's meet. I'm coming over. And she was waiting at the train station for him, and he never came. And I think the legend has it that he got sick with like tuberculosis on the boat coming over, and then got denied and got sent back to wherever he was from. So then she still roams the platform waiting for her lover to start their life in America together all these years later.
That's a brutal story.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Sad.
Very sad.
So, I'm sure Snooki could cheer her up. One day of drinking with Snooki and she'll forget all about him. All the gorillas. Wasn't that what they called the guys?
Oh, probably.
Like the gorillas? Because they were like all big, like just kind of meatheads.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
What are those guys up to now?
Probably the exact same thing. Haven't they rebooted the show like a million different times?
Is DJ Paulie D still a
Dude, I think he like genuinely DJs. Like I've seen like ads on Instagram for like him coming to Boston and stuff like that. Like at Encore.
No shade.
Yeah.
Who's going to see that?
I don't know, man. I would go. Just to say like, oh shit, I saw Pauly D DJ, bro. But the other one that I think is like, that's a very fascinating story, and I think very like intense story. Another story that is, I think, actually like a little bit more interesting, like we said, a little bit more rare. But there was hold on, I'm trying to find the specific date. So in 1959, there was a really mysterious event where there was a 123-ton diesel train. So that's a big ass train.
Yeah, it's
right?
huge.
That's a big ass train. It was left like idle, like there was no one on it. It was idling, and then it started on its own. So the train somehow started on its own and then left. Like there was no one on the train, and it just left. So now people claim to see it like at midnight leaving the terminal. So it's like a ghost train.
Whoa.
Yeah, right?
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
I'm a big fan of Ghost Train.
Ghost train,
Yeah.
right, dude? Yeah, that I thought that was a really cool one. One, just because it's like that's a really weird incident of like an unmanned train just leaves the station on its own. And then
so
now
many questions here.
Yes.
And I don't know if you'd know the answers to
I
these
will
questions.
try my best.
So this is a real train.
Yes, in 1959, that was a real train that pulled out of the station.
And they lost it.
No, I think like they were able to like go catch it.
So what train is the ghost train?
Now it's like a spirit, like it's not a real train. It's a mist, like it's like an aberration.
Weird.
Yeah, right?
That's crazy.
Right?
I'm a big fan of Ghost Train.
Yeah.
I think Lady in White should hop on it.
Right?
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
I wonder where it
A
goes.
little crossover episode. It's
Yeah.
like when the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody like went on the.
Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron.
Yep, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know what. Hannah Montana went on
Yes.
the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, no, definitely, like really cool kind of aberrations.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So, no, I thought like very cool. Again, like, wasn't a ton like Jersey City. Like I think we looked up places that had like large populations and stuff like that. So we were like, oh, Jersey City seems like a cool one. And it seems like there isn't a ton, but if you are listening to this and you're from Jersey City or you know Snooki or something like that and you want to hit us up.
Or you are Snooki?
Yeah, that
if
would be
Snooki's
fucking
listening?
sick, dude. No, but just like if there's other place you want us to discover, because I don't want us to feel like we didn't do this place justice, but it seemed like it was like, it's not a major hub when it comes to paranormal activity, so I don't think a lot of people have documented it, or it is a major hub that it has just left. People haven't done a ton of documenting of. But
Yeah.
I thought the two were really cool, so I was really in on the place that I found. So What do you think, haunted or not?
I am all in on Ghost Train, so I'm gonna say haunted for the sake of that.
Word.
What are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think it's really haunted. I think, again, like places that have such high emotions and energy are places that usually end up on my haunted list. And then you throw in a specific apparition that's seen a lot. Like the woman in white is like a well-known thing. People see her often.
I could also see both of those not being like necessarily like full on ghosts,
Okay.
but more so being the like residual energy, as they
Oh,
say,
maybe.
of just like a moment in time
Yeah.
when that stuff was happening. Like the woman was sad, the train was leaving.
Yeah.
Like it's not a ghost, it's just like the emotion or like the feeling is still there,
I got
kind
you.
of thing.
Nice. Very
So
cool.
yeah, I'm all in on Ghost Train.
Word. So, I mean, that's all I got.
Word. Well, follow us on socials. They'll be linked down below. And then also send in any ghost stories that you have to spiritsonspiritspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, we got a new episode or new episode type that might have dropped when this comes out, or maybe not yet. I think we're still holding on to them.
TBD. Yeah,
TBD. But your stories will definitely see the light of day on air if they get sent in. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, cool. All right, well, we'll see y'all later.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Stay spooky.
Peace.
Peace.